A Volley of Architectural Follies by Eric Knight, Ncarb. Cloud bench is a conceptual abstraction of a sculptural public bench or chair that engages the public through interactive sculpture. That the sculpture can be inhabited or utilized bridges the gap between art and architecture as it activates as well as enriches public space. Construction possibilities include stainless steel with a stone or concrete base, or even the possibility of lightweight concrete with an additional depth requirement. The parabolic form increases the thin structure's rigidity and entices the visitor. Perceptual engagement established an interactive dialogue between the structure and individual with the movement of a body through space. It is opaque and closed while opening a framed view as the individual interacts with the form through space. Color accentuates and attracts the visual perspective as the view is framed. An interior courtyard is utilized for the open-air display of public art. Luna is a material exploration in the typical form of digital material presentation with the perspective of a scaled-up sphere evoking the image of the lunar body. Depth and shadow are established as well as an image of the distant sun in reflection. Planetarium is a design concept for a spiraling space exhibit with an interior planetarium that evokes the astral bodies and the futuristic aesthetic of an installation created in zero gravity. Ribbon windows allow adequate natural light and enhance the radial circulation of the interior exhibit. Lobby art is an expression of public art and sculpture as often occurs in front of large-scale buildings or inside of their voluminous lobby spaces. Structural considerations aside, the elements could be hung from above or levitated with the inclusion of superconductors. At ground level, the interstitial spaces can be traversed and inhabited for an interactive experience. A central light element provides ambience during the day but especially during the evening. USO evokes an unidentified submersible object and is envisioned as a floating sculpture over a body of water. Thin lightweight concrete panels arranged in a chess pattern with structural glass infill form the sphere and allow light and views through during the day and serve as a luminary at night. Embrace symbolizes and forms a public gathering space below the outstretched and interlinked arms of the lightweight concrete structures towering above. Art and various installations can be hung from the structure for flexible activation of the central public space, and landscape architecture can enhance the ground plane with natural elements. Light touch is a futuristic take on an enclave or outpost that treads lightly on the land and provides solace and protection from natural threats such as animals or flooding. The structure allows for a large amount of usable space with a minimal amount of impact upon the natural environment. The legs act as vertical circulation for emergency egress and elevators. Open Air Exhibition is a small conceptual mock-up of an open-air pavilion that provides interesting opportunities for the display of public art. The openings provide circuitous routes through the installation and offer wayfinding opportunities through color-coded portals for exhibits. The structure could be bequeathed upon the public artist as well for the free and open application of public art and murals that evolve with the passage of time. Inbreeze is a conceptual design for a residential building that provides openness through expansive glazing and seclusion in other areas through thick cast-in-place concrete walls. The thick concrete outer shell opens the interior completely for mass customization of interior layouts and a variety of spatial configurations based on individual needs as they arise. As above is a digital art piece expressing the notion of an abstract tree with its roots below in the reflection of a horizon plane. The abstract image of a dichotomous outstretched hand can be interpreted as well. Cast-in-place concrete is utilized for the above-ground portion with holographic projection forming the base. Bevel is another material study and an expression of the city through abstract reflection at the vertex of the bevel. Materiality, color, form, and light are all at play in a simple yet potentially elegant composition. The city silhouette and distant sun is a central but hidden element. Reflection is an expression of a multiplicity of scenes experienced through various reflections on the multiple geometries of the scene. The plane reflects the invisible sphere which is reflected in the cone showing the distant sun and landscape as well as a visiting inhabitant. Procedural Metropolis uses procedural parametric modeling capable of creating and populating a vast assembly of structures with minimal input. However, the result is an example of the inhuman and inhumane outcome of purely computerized assumptions of generating human habitats and the problems that can arise from neglecting humanity in the digital design process. Hindenburg Hole is a purely formal assemblage of geometry using three-dimensional applications of Gestalt principles. It is a conceptual figure ground study in three dimensions as solid and void or form and space. Parametric lighthouse forms a beacon for habitation in an inhospitable environment. Thin steel structural compositions evoking an organic bone structure form an exoskeleton for an interior light-filled space for refuge. Material exploration of textured translucency and steel tendons form the shell of future habitations. The modular lightweight design can be transported and reconstructed easily, and with the advances of 3D printing and new high-performance materials and techniques that increase strength per unit of area. Dynamic modules that minimize the use of natural resources through optimization is possible. Figure ground seeks an alternative approach for the way tall buildings interact and come in contact with the social plane of the ground by completely opening the base of the structure for a public park and grandstand with organic tendrils forming vertical circulation and structural foundations. Shell Pavilion utilizes a parabolic structural lightweight concrete enclosure that forms a protective covered space for public gatherings and grassroots local markets that evolve with the seasons. The shell can be enclosed in the future and be utilized as a visitors center or flexible gallery and event space. For more information, contact me at erignitearchitect.webnode.com. I am a registered architect and can help you make your vision a reality. I appreciate your consideration and have enjoyed sharing some of my conceptual work with you.